So what's up, my name is Little Letter and welcome back to my channel. And here, I have already set up my computer for my reference, and as well as acquiring some of these ornaments. And here's my setup, and I bought a PS4 controller. It's usually used in PlayStation 4. And I have here some ornaments. We'll be playing in a while.
Hello? One Big Mac with large fries and Oreo McFlurry. I'm showing you a bit of a lot of land that I built years ago. It's based on an inspiration in the Parasite movie in Korean drama. If you know, you know. Okay, so this was the base of that movie inspiration. But I'll going to demolish this because I am not that satisfied with how this was built, and it's also lacking a lot of design because of the few limited blocks that are available in previous versions of Minecraft. So I'll be demolishing this and turn this into something new in a really bold move. I'm going to align this with all the other medieval houses, so incoherent with one theme. I'll be demolishing this first, so let me get back to you. This is the perspective view, and this is the floor plan, and this is where the sun rises and the sun sets. This is the main house, the guest house. This is the entrance walk path. This is the pathway. These 2 points here are the main entrances and exits, and this is the garden, main house, guest house. Main house, guest house.
We are back with my YouTube channel, making a medieval townhouse. My name is Mito Letre, and nakagawa na tayo ng sketch saka floor plan. So, based din sa allocated land na meron tayo, based on a reference sa Arch Daily. So, eto yun. Ito yung mga yan. So, yan. So yun nga, nandito na ako ngayon sa Minecraft. Meron nga pala ako ngayon na dito sponsored ako. Tecno Poba 5 Ito talaga binili ko para sulit na sulit pang gaming. So, ito yung binili ko. So, nakita ko lang siya sa TikTok live bago ako bumili. Pero grabe yung, mas malaki pa siya yung screen niya sa iPhone. Hindi to sponsored kaya hindi nga to sponsored. Mag-i-screen record pa lang ako. Bale, 6 years na yung build ko sa Minecraft. So yun, lipat-lipat ko lang yun. Dati yung cellphone ko na Android, Samsung A10. Pero ito, sobrang bilis na ako. Natutuwa ako. Ang dami ko dinownload na games. Pakita ko lang saglit. Ayun, si Manny Pacquiao, nananapak ko. Oh! Joke lang. Mamaya, mga ano pa to. Okay, ito yung mga games. Wow. Mga triple A games. The Forge, Shrek, Adventure. Yung mga pwede mong parang RPG nga. Hindi kong laro. So, since grade 9, naglalaro na ako ng Minecraft. Kasi open world siya. So, I am free to imagine anything. Parang alam mo yun, kakasakay ka lang sa tricycle tapos may nakita kang building. Ayun, ginawa ko sa Minecraft. Teka lang, last one. Nakatuwa talaga to. Sobrang laki niya Yung iPhone siguro hanggang dito lang yun. Dito sponsored Binili ko to. Pinuntahan ko pa to sa mismong JNT. Pagka, di ba, out for delivery, hindi pa pwedeng ilabas sa warehouse. Ayun, yung pinuntahan ko talaga. Sabi ko, Kuya, asan na kayo? Tas walang reply. Nako. Kasi, nag-message siya sa akin, 10 AM tulog pa ako nun. Sabi daw, hindi daw lalabas sa warehouse pag walang magre-receive. Dali-dali ako pumunta Tapos sabi ko, message ko na pinaloadan pa ako ng girlfriend ko para message ko, tapos matawagan. Tapos yun, doon ko pa in-unbox na si Kuya, tawa-tawa, nakita niya din yung cellphone, ang ganda daw In-unbox ko dun eh. Dun ko na in-unbox eh. Si kuya yung guard yung nagbabantay dun sa warehouse. Yun. Nakita niyo to. Sobrang taas kasi ng specs. So yun lang, yun lang. So, maglalaro na tayo ng Minecraft. Ang ganda talaga ng view na to. So, appropriate talaga na gawin to ng medieval house. Gusto ko yung pagkalabas ng organic, nature. Ayaman na yun doon na medyo may modern. Pero ito talaga no, ayoko alisin yun. Yung mountain na yan. Nilalaro ko to sa ngayon sa, Tecno Pop 5 Pro. Magde-decide pa ako dito kung ano yung materials na gagamitin. Papakita ko lang sa edit yung isang picture. Ayun yung itsura niya. So, pipili pa ako ng mga materials na gagamitin para maganda yung itsura.
Pacquiao scored huge here. This is something you want to see again, and down goes Kid Dynamite.
And welcome back. I've decided what blocks to use, so let's start building. And adding supporting walls for the guest house. This building is especially made to accommodate incoming guests. Later on this video, we'll plan for our interior design. Now finishing some touches with the walls and roofing. The outer walls are already done. The guest house is almost complete. Things like this would always come as a challenge. Constantly having a drive to achieve the aesthetics. At this point, I'm close to finishing the front. Sometimes, getting a good perspective view of the building helps improve your overall home design. It helps to add or reduce details that you may have missed. It's crucial in creating realism. This is by far one of my biggest houses ever built in this world. This is one of the first things I built, dating back since 2018 when I had my Samsung A10. Because a pop-up window was already popular at the time. I used to watch movies there, so I created that movie theater. Sadly, I have to also demolish this to be more coherent with the surrounding buildings. Right now, I'm connecting all the closest buildings in one corridor. For me, it's really satisfying having to immerse myself in creativity. It makes you think a lot critically, but also in life. Fast facing forward, this world was eventually deleted, all because of a single mistake of deleting Minecraft. Because there was an update in Android Minecraft of where you can restore and save your files. So I had to try it, but eventually it got deleted because I deleted it from Play Store, not from the home screen itself.
Think about the moments we spent. I just want you to be happy. When someone tries to touch your scars,
And this is how it looks now. Luckily for me, I have this previous save file that I had before moving this 7-year-old world from my iPhone to my Tecno Pop 5 Pro. But they have the latest flagship phone version of this. But in the future, you'll know what Tecno has to offer. Good thing I won't have to redo all of my houses. So I only have to redo this from the part where I had to choose what materials I should use. Notice a slight difference and improvements that I did. This took me about a week to rebuild. Of course, I was saddened about it. I noticed how good the structure is with the right type and amount of trees. Let's do a quick tour of how I recreated this. First of all, look at where these two doors go. It leads a pathway to the back, and the other leads to the store entrance.
Look at how I blended the outer wall to the inner wall design. Just look at this stunning view. It looks absolutely amazing. Just look at this. As well as these trees over here. They all look in harmony with each other. Later on, I'll place fixtures for the interior design. These things take time, so I haven't recorded how I made the interiors for the first floor. Designing these interiors per room involves a lot of look in the inventory items and reassess how to create an imaginable real-life furnitures. But then again, somehow I managed to create this lively and interactive commercial store. That's our dog and his name's Tanggol. If you look how I did here, it's really impressive. With the use of materials and finding the right balance from shapes and form to functionality, you might just come up with a realistic model to present in your architecture school. Of course, you can use Little John's theme song. Just make sure it's okay with your professor. By the time I already finished the interior design for the first floor. This is the storage in the main lobby to accommodate incoming guests and people who'd like to visit our library or family doctor. This room really expresses a lot of color. And I think the main reason for this happens to be because of the limitations that you cannot paint the wall in Minecraft or even customize its side texture. If they do make an update to that, Mojang, if you're watching this, sign me up. What? Philippines! Philippines! I'm not so sure myself. Guys, look. Here, like I said earlier, it's really hard to choose how you design a space like the moment you design a simple object. It takes about 2 minutes only to design a couch, chair, or whatever. I'm not complaining or anything, I'm just discussing. If you imagine how much time it takes to design a space, like if I were to record this how I do it, it would eventually add pressure to me and greatly affect the result of the interior and overall design. Guys, I'm new to this and this is like my first project. I hope you'd be forgiving. This came with a lot of experience doing this, adapting to new strategies and design. It took me over 6 months before completing this video, but eventually I can become more efficient and effective in brainstorming collective ideas on how I do this. So by the time everything is already finished, now we're at the bathroom of the guest house. I'm telling you, Jonathan, my designs have improved. I hope you'll watch till the end because there's something special in between the full house tour. The master bedroom of the guest house can accommodate 4 people. I really like how I made this guest house viewable to see the landscape. I just like how I went with this design. It gives a productive energy. This is our workspace. Just look at this view, it looks amazing. Would you like to stay here for a vacation? This is the walk-in closet. Let's head down to eat breakfast. This really feels like a 5-star Airbnb. This is the living room, and it even has a mini bar near the stairs. That's our dining area, just above the bookshelves. This is our kitchen. We don't have a powder room, but there's still a bathroom upstairs. We have here a backdoor exit to access the outer view. This is really attractive to see. Separation of trees between the walk path and just seeing this view. This is the balcony of the guest house. It's really interesting. This house right here looks absolutely beautiful. I think for this part in real life has a preventive measures for the water. Just wait you guys till you see the second floor. Guys, just look at this. Well, you may be wondering what the chain is for. It's actually for the roof water drainage. This is the exterior part of what the guest house looks like. This is the main entrance of the guest house. On this part is the neighbor's house.
I really like how I did here, but I'd improve the living room later on. I was mentally exhausted when I was doing the living room, but the rest of the house is spot on. With the right dividers, your boxy home can improve drastically. Just think about how does it look like in real life. And you can go from there. Your houses will look realistically over time. This is the back door of the house. Haven't got plans yet for this area, but soon maybe. This house was inspired from a Japanese home. He is a manga artist living with his family and he utilized each space. As you can see right here, this is where the parents sleep and this is where the father works. He only put his loving wife over here. I'll work on the others in the future. Each one has to be functional. Now this is where their children sleep, read and play. Upstairs is the attic. They can access it going up the bookshelves. This is where you can access the second bed. Here is also where the father works with his hobbies in painting. Now this is a corridor leading to the guest house. Guys, each house right here is connected to one another. This is also an access to the guest house balcony. You can see this beautiful scenery over here. Ha! And voila! This is what I'm talking about earlier. This is where the water strains. By the time I've already done each interior design for each room, so let's head on up to the second floor. We've already been here. This is the main lobby for the guests. Now the doctor's in. She's ready to consult her patients. This is a shared space for readers and patients. Readers are not allowed to use this room if the doctor is in. Let's go upstairs. You guys, this is it. We're close to my surprise. This leads to the neighbor's house. As well, we can go as long as whenever we're allowed. Just don't go when it's their supper and sleeping hours, so that we don't disturb them at night. This room is a lounge meant for various activities, like birthday celebration, games, studies, and many more. It's really neat, and I like the view by the window as well. Now this is the living room. Most of the part here, on the second floor, is a studio apartment, so it's pretty huge. Right here we have a 70-inch flat screen TV and behind it is a bathroom complete set with just the right amount of privacy. We have here a countertop basin, installed shower and bathtub. Well, how can we forget? Whenever we have a meeting thinking about life, we have here our trusty toilet with a bidet. Did you hear that? Bidet. Oo, B, meron kaming bidet. Guys, look. We have here our main kitchen. It's an open space, fit enough to access each kitchen countertop. This kitchen is really spacious. It reminds me, I need to add a table where they can eat. I'll just add somewhere over here. Guys, I don't even know how the heck did I manage to redo all of this. Now this is the physical activity area, where the owners can exercise and do pull-ups by the ropes. Right here is where the owners paint, craft, or design art. Just look what I'm seeing. It's beautiful to live here, right? It's beautiful and rewarding making houses. Even at sunrise and sunsets here, it's just mesmerizing. Over here we have the master bedroom. This room has plenty of space to work with. I just might redesign this in the future as I improve. But for now, I really like how I did here. Right? It's certainly not bad. But here I think there could spark some improvements. Bulaga. We also have studio lighting here. It's very interesting. Now, where did I leave my screws?
Little John worked tirelessly for 5 years, finally saved enough money from piling bricks to buy a house. But he only got 3 by 6 square blocks, fit in a large-sized coffin same as his 1 million worth of emeralds. Being so smart, he first borrowed money to buy expansion screws from his aunt, making them more easier to build later on. Then he went to the jungle to cut some eco-friendly wood veneer that are durable for 10,000 years and planting 1 million trees. Little John found himself astonished by the view of nature near a rest house nearby. He even took a picture near a bridge over a beautiful river with his girlfriend, while a wandering parrot joined them. Along the way, Little John found the world's strongest forge known as the Sky Forge to craft his galvanized square steel. Little John now has everything to start building. Being so clever, he first put a soft mattress to create a large, comfortable bed, enough space even if his girlfriend visits. Then installed a large projection screen at the end of the bed for daily Korean dramas, and put decorative paintings on the wall to hang Little John's favorite arts, and leave a small grid above his bed to install a socket for charging his phone. He then installed eco-friendly wood veneer cabinets to store his out-of-season clothes, furthermore added an integrated cabinet against the wall where Little John can show off his cooking skills. They matched it with a small refrigerator to freely place the fruits and vegetables sent by the fourth aunt. He decided to remove the original windows and wheel 2 frames with galvanized square steel to extend out. He borrowed money from his aunt to buy expansion screws to fix it firmly. Now it's looking more like home, right? Oh, he also installed a bathtub and a squat toilet to maximize the space, then added a mirror and some decorations to spark Little John's cooking ideas. Finally, let's take a look at the overall effect.
You guys, just look at this room. I think I can live in this apartment. Are you satisfied with your new home, Little John? Well, you look really satisfied, Little John. With this setup, you have everything you need. It's Little John's girlfriend. Her name is Catherine, and she's Asian. Now that we're done with the second floor, let's head on to the third floor. I remember when I had to redo my watercolor painting back when I was in my first year in architecture school. I remember the experience to remaster my painting, and it ended up packing a lot of details, which means it only got better from the first one. So, it's safe to say that remastering doesn't mean you'll start from the very beginning. It's possible to improve with the details you wish to add so that you can make your design better. Don't give up. It's not the end, but rather a continuation of what you've already done. The place has really improved a lot, seeing it having a lot of space. If you imagine finishing this in 2 weeks compared to finishing this in 5 months, this changed things a lot, right? You guys, it's like I've made this in real life. But in real life, this would take half or the whole year to finish the structure and 5 years to fill fixtures and furniture, as well as finding owners for the tiny apartment. A whole house and a studio apartment. But if it's the same as the other kinds of Western houses, where the foundation of the previous structure is intact, well, you just have to renovate for improvements. This is the library, and it consists of 3 floors and 1 for the attic. It's not really an attic, but a collection of rare artifacts. It's kind of like a museum. Here we have a learning station. It's like a sweet spot where you found an Aikido book from the archives and practicing it while you're reading. We have charging ports here as well as downstairs. These here are archive books. I might add content for each book. Upstairs is also a learning hub, but there you can eat your food. Here you can be a bit loud as you want. That's why only few people go here. Guys, just look at this view. It's beautiful. Speaking of beauty, ahem. You guys, let's head upstairs. It's not much, but it's a museum. Guys, these are really good artifacts for display. There you go. Okay, that's about enough playing around. Guys, I don't know if you can tell, my ethnicity is Filipino, and my province is from Bicol Naga. Well, that was smooth like butter. We Filipinos have this culture called karaoke. We like to sing whenever we're bored during our family gatherings. Basically, we have this small box device and we sing songs over the mic or microphone, and this helps us get through sad times. Singing also allows us to share positive energy and forget our problems. Of course, we have to sing the song well to avoid being embarrassed around friends and families, because we also have a culture of being shy or hiya. That's why we get better at singing. We also have pride on showcasing our skills and talents. Later, I'll show my singing skills. It's a song that I've already mastered. It's not hard though. The other artifact right here is what's making the sound. It also further adds realism to the museum. Now let's see the overall effect. I'm just messing with you. Don't you guys think this is such a beautiful place? Like, you guys would live in this too, right? No, thank you. Now, who's in their darn mind would live in a boxy place? So that completes our full house tour. Wait you guys, it's not over yet. Let me show you something. If you slowly walk out of this area, the facade would suddenly vanish, transitioning to the sun biome, and you'll find that it's very secluded as long as you go on foot. In the future, I have better plans for the sun biome area. This part leads to the entrance of this coliseum. Don't go changing to try and please me. You never let me down before. I don't imagine you're too familiar, and I don't see you anymore. I would not leave you in times of trouble. We never could have come this far. I took the good times, I'll take the bad times. I'll take you just the way you are. Don't go trying some new fashion. Don't change the color of your hair. You always have my unspoken passion. Although I might